यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव बिहारी जय गोपी जना वल्लभा गिरिवरदारी यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यशोदानन्दन व्रज जनरञ्जन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. श्री श्री राधा वृंदावन चंद्र की, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी की, श्री श्री गौर निताय की, श्री श्री पद्मावती वेंकटेश्वर बालाजी की, श्रील प्रभुपाद की, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की, कलियुग पावन हरिनाम संकीर्तन की, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद्भागवतम की। ओम अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। नमा ओं विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। नमो महावदन्याय कृष्णप्रेमप्रदायते कृष्णाय कृष्णचैतन्यनाम्ने गौरत्विषे नमः। वन्दे श्रीकृष्णचैतन्यनित्यानन्दसहोदितौ गौडोदये पुष्पवन्तौ चित्रौ शम्दौ तमोनुदौ। हे कृष्णकरुणासिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोऽस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। नीलाचलनिवासाय नित्याय परमात्मने बलभद्रसुभद्राभ्यां जगन्नाथाय ते नमः। सशङ्खचक्रं सकिरीटकुण्डलं सपीतवस्त्रं सरसीरुहेक्षणं सहारवक्षस्थलशोभिकौस्तुभं नमामि विष्णुं शिरसा चतुर्भुजं। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवत्युत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः। Welcome all of you for the Srimad Bhagavatam class today. We are reading from the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. We will read a couple of verses on Kamsa's deliberation. सा देवकी सर्वजगन् निवास निवास भूतानि तरां नरेजे भोजेन्द्र गेहे ग्निशिखे वरुद्धा सरस्वती ज्ञान खले यथा सती सा देवकी सर्वजगन् निवास निवास भूतानि तरां नरेजे भोजेन्द्र गेहे ग्निशिखे वरुद्धा सरस्वती ज्ञान खले यथा सती. All Prabhuji's together. Devaki sarvajagal nivasa nivasa bhutani taram nareje bhojendra gehe gnishikhe varuddha saraswati jnana kale yatha sati. All Mataji's together. Yeah. Sa Devaki, that Devaki Devi, Sarva Jagat Nivasa of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the sustainer of all the universes, Matstani Sarva Bhutani, Nivasa Bhuta, the womb of Devaki has now become the residence, Nitaram, extensively, Na, not. Reje, become illuminated, became illuminated. Bhojendra Gehe, within the limits of the house of Kamsa. Agnishikha Iva, like the flames of a fire. Ruddha, covered. Saraswati, knowledge. Jnana Khale, in a person known as Jnana Khala, one who possesses knowledge but cannot distribute it. Yatha, or just as, Sati, so being. Translation purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki. Devaki then kept within herself the Supreme Personality of Godhead, the cause of all causes, the foundation of the entire cosmos. But because she was under arrest in the house of Kamsa, she was like the flames of a fire covered by the walls of a pot, or like a person who has knowledge but cannot distribute it to the world for the benefit of human society. Just like imagine you have a lamp but which is kept inside a pot in a room. So can the room get the light of the lamp? No, like that. Krishna was hidden in the womb of Devaki, and Kamsa and other fellows didn't know what a powerful personality has come here in the womb of Devaki. Purport. In this verse, the word Jnanakala is most significant. Knowledge is meant for distribution. Although there is already much scientific knowledge, whenever scientists or philosophers awaken to a particular type of knowledge, they try to distribute it throughout the world. For otherwise, the knowledge gradually dries up and no one benefits from it. India has the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, but unfortunately, for some reason or other, this sublime knowledge of the science of God was not distributed throughout the world, although it is meant for all of human society. Therefore, Krishna himself appeared as Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and ordered all Indians to take up the cause of distributing the knowledge of Bhagavad Gita throughout the entire world. Yare dekha tare kaha Krishna upadesh, amara ajna guru haya taraye yidesh. Instruct everyone to follow the orders of Lord Sri Krishna as they are given in the Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam. In this way, become a spiritual master and try to liberate everyone in this land. Although India has a sublime knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, Indians have not done their proper duty of distributing it. Now, therefore, the Krishna consciousness movement has been set up to distribute this knowledge as it is, without distortion. Although previously there were attempts to distribute the knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita, these attempts involved distortion and compromise with mundane knowledge. But now, the Krishna consciousness movement, without mundane compromises, is distributing the Bhagavad Gita as it is, and people are deriving the benefit of awakening to Krishna consciousness and becoming devotees of Lord Krishna. Therefore, the proper distribution of knowledge has begun, by which not only will the whole world benefit, but India's glory will be magnified in human society. Kamsa tried to arrest Krishna consciousness within his house, Bhojendra Gehe, with the result that Kamsa, with all his opulences, was later vanquished. Similarly, the real knowledge of the Bhagavad Gita was being choked by unscrupulous Indian leaders, with the result that India's culture and knowledge of the Supreme were being lost. Now, however, because the Krishna consciousness is spreading, the proper use of Bhagavad Gita is being attempted. And that is made possible by Srila Prabhupada ki. So, one more verse we will recite. Tam viksha kamsa prabhayajitantaram virochayantim bhavanam shuchismitam ahaisha me pranaharo harirguham dhruvam shrito yanna pureyamidrishi. Because the Supreme Personality of Godhead was within her womb, Devaki illuminated the entire atmosphere in the place where she was confined. Seeing her jubilant, pure and smiling, Kamsa thought, the Supreme Personality of Godhead Vishnu, who is now within her, will kill me. Devaki has never before looked so brilliant and jubilant. And Prabhupada says, the Lord says in the Bhagavad Gita, Yada yada hi dharmasya glanir bhavati bharata abhyuttanam adharmasya tadatmanam sujamyaham. Whenever and wherever there is a decline in religious practice or descent of Bharata and a predominant rise of irreligion, at that time I descend myself. In this age, at the present moment, there are inordinate discrepancies in the discharge of human duties. Human life is meant for God realization, but unfortunately the materialistic civilization is stressing only on the senses of the body, not understanding the living force within the body. As clearly stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Dehina Smrita Dehe, within the body is the body's proprietor, the living force, which is more important. But human society has become so fallen that instead of understanding the living force within the body, people have become busy with external things. This is a discrepancy in human duties. Therefore, Krishna has taken birth or taken shelter within the womb of the Krishna consciousness movement. See this powerful statement. Please repeat this one. Therefore, Krishna has taken birth or taken shelter within the womb of the Krishna consciousness movement. So there were some people in other Gaudiya lines, they were objecting to this statement. How can you say that Krishna has taken, shelter of only the womb of ISKCON movement? Otherwise Krishna is also there in other places. So Prabhupada and the Prabhupada's disciple Satsubhadas Maharaj has written a whole article on this, saying, yes, it is true, Krishna was present in India also before, but it is only in ISKCON society where Krishna spreaded so vigorously all across the globe. And that was made possible by Srila. Men of Kamsa's class, therefore, are very much afraid and are busy trying to stop this movement, especially in the Western countries. One politician has remarked that the Krishna consciousness movement is spreading like an epidemic, and that if not checked immediately, within 10 years it may capture governmental power. There is, of course, such potency in the Krishna consciousness movement, as stated by authorities. Kali Kale Nama Rupe Krishna Avatar. In this age, Krishna has appeared in the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra The Krishna consciousness movement is spreading like wildfire all over the world. And it will go on doing so. Men who are like Kamsa are very much afraid of the movement's progress and acceptance by the younger generation, like all of you. But as Krishna could not be killed by Kamsa, this movement cannot be checked by men of Kamsa's class. The movement will go on increasing more and more, provided the leaders of the movement remain firmly Krishna conscious. That is very important. By following the regulative principles and the primary activities of chanting the Hare Krishna mantra regularly. Srila Prabhupada ki. So two things he says, we have to chant Hare Krishna regularly and follow the four regulative principles strictly, then this movement will go on expanding. So, when Krishna occupied the womb of Devaki, at that time Devaki became extremely beautiful. And that her beauty was noticed by Vasudeva. And it was also noticed by Kamsa also. And demigods also came to the jail. And invisibly they were present and they were all offering prayers to the Lord in the womb. So even before the Lord manifested himself outside, they were offering prayers. So in this way, just as the mic. This is echoing, is it? Is it all right, a voice? Clear? You all can hear it? Behind, yeah. So, just as Krishna is going to appear from Devaki, in the same manner, Prabhupada says Krishna appeared from ISKCON's activity. So today I am speaking on one very important topic. How can we develop unshakable faith in ISKCON? That is the topic. Because we are all in which society? ISKCON society. So, how can we? Is it big enough? Huh? Or you want more big? Enough, yeah. So, how can we strengthen our roots in ISKCON society? By properly understanding the society. And if there are people finding so many faults with ISKCON, isn't it? So, those will be clear today. Eh? You will see that. See, this is not for newcomers. This is for those who already have firm faith in Krishna, but they are being tested for their faith in the institution that is meant to serve Krishna. So therefore, I have brought all the controversies which people may put, and then we have explained it. So to develop our firm faith in the world full of controversy, we must go from blind faith to scientific faith, correct, no? Initially we have Komala Shraddha, which is like a tender sapling, which can be uprooted very easily, or it can be blown off by the wind. So when you go to the college, many of your friends may say so many things about ISKCON. So when you hear it, some boys have stopped coming. So therefore our faith should not remain in a tender stage. We have to strengthen it. Just like a mango sapling can be uprooted, but mango tree cannot be uprooted. So we have to make it a Shastriya Shraddha. Like Bhagavat Tattva Vijnanam Mukta Sangha se jayate, he says. So it's a Tattva Vijnana is the Shastriya Shraddha. And also Prabhupada used logic, scripture, and our ISKCON's transparency. With all these things, one should understand it. So, see, the maturing organization means you will see that in this world, even Lord Krishna says in 18th chapter, that when you lit fire, there will also be smoke. You want fire or smoke? Fire. But there is also smoke. Similarly, whenever you do any good auspicious activity you begin in this world, there are always, there is a likelihood of some people coming with ulterior motives. And that too in such a large organization like ISKCON, correct, no? People may come and then there may be some defects, and the defects should be rectified eventually over a period of time. Therefore, in ISKCON's early years, our society has seen growing pains, like for example, the abuse and mismanagement, especially after the departure of Srila Prabhupada. When Prabhupada was present till 1977, he was setting right things, and guiding. He made a body of GBC and he was also constantly available for them. Both Prabhupada spiritually supported by writing spiritual literature, and he also managerially supported by sending letters, replies, and also added to this, he made personal visits to many places. He initiated disciples and empowered them as leaders in different sections of the world. And he was always available to them at that time. And uh, after Prabhupada left, in the Dallas, for example, the Gurukul was started with all good intentions. Prabhupada wanted to make the Gurukula a place where future leaders will be generated for the society, and they will go all over the world and expand the movement far and wide. Prabhupada thought, why people waste their time and useless mundane education, slogging hard to fill their bellies? Instead, let them study the Shastra, become enlightened, become capable leaders. They stand on their own legs. They don't have to become slaves of the materialistic society, which is a godless society. Prabhupada writes in Sri Ishopanishad that, you know, the result of a godless society is illusion. And the result of such illusion is lamentation, he says. So the whole godless society is full of illusion and lamentation, people joining the rat race. So with that good intention, he started Gurukula and told the devotees that the children be trained in memorizing the Bhagavad Gita shlokas and studying Prabhupada's books systematically, rising early in the morning and practicing Krishna consciousness nicely. And that was the good intention. And some of the Gurukul children you will see even today from Sridhar Mayapur, they are actually in the MAC, if you see Mayapur Administrative Council, 3-4 of them are from Mayapur Gurukul. In the same manner, you will also find in America also many of the leaders, presidents, for example, the current president of Dallas Temple, he's from Gurukul. He is Dallas president, very, very sweet devotee, very humble. You won't believe he's the president of the temple. He's absolutely unassuming, very nicely trained from childhood. So in this way, some of them have taken leadership also, but there were some children who were abused. And the reason was because the best devotees were always taken for preaching and for book distribution, and others were going for fundraising. So, and then those people who are staying back, who don't have much to do, they were put for Gurukul. Anyway, you are staying back anyway, just take care of the children. And there was some neglect. And the result of the neglect was those children who were abused, when they grew up, eventually there was a case called Turley case. ISKCON had to spend crores of rupees compensation for those children, and ISKCON did that. That's the first point mentioned here. ISKCON established the Child Protection Office, CPO, and the GBC body of accountable leadership. See, like a hospital, a spiritual society also contains diseased people trying to get well. Like Madhyamadikari, he should know who is innocent, who is envious, who is saintly, correct, no? You should know whom to associate with. So we have firm faith in the process that Prabhupada has given us, the chanting of the holy name, following the 4 religious principles, worshipping the deity. And these are all things which always will remain untainted, all through. Because the system is not wrong, the methods are not wrong, they are all imperishable because they are given by the Lord himself in scriptures, which Prabhupada faithfully handed over. But people who come to practice, they can have deficiencies. So let us address some of the historical failures and renewing trust. You see, post-Prabhupada scandals and failures, why still we should trust ISKCON? People ask. We are not giving any sugarcoating, straight truth. See here. After 1977, there were some guru fall downs. Now, how do we see the guru fall downs? You see, many of the gurus were 19-year-old, 19 or 20 or 21 years old when they were given sannyas. Imagine if any of you boys is given a danda now and said, you are a guru now. You think you can deliver the world? So they were very young, and somebody may ask why they were given sannyas and danda at such a young age. Because Prabhupada had very little time. He was already 70 plus. When he went to America in 1965, he was 69 at that time. And in 1982, you can imagine, 82 plus 4, that means he was 86 years old, correct, no? So at 1977, 77 plus 4, 81 years old. He was 81. So after crossing 80, Prabhupada thought, I have very little time now. And some devotees asked Prabhupada, you are giving them sannyas, what if tomorrow if they fall down? Prabhupada said, when a food is fresh, you don't say tomorrow it will rot. You don't say. If it's fresh, eat it. He said, right now they have enthusiasm. I will give them sannyas, and those who are faithful will continue to follow. Yeah? And it has happened. His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, for example, His Holiness Gopaksha Maharaj, His Holiness Raghunath Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakticharu Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj. Especially if you are talking about American bodied or foreign bodied, His Holiness Jayapataka Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Maharaj and all, they have so faithfully practiced. You can see that. His Holiness Bhakti Chaitanya Maharaj. You can see His Holiness Romapad Maharaj. You can see that these are all people from America and such countries outside India, but they have faithfully remained loyal to the system and what Prabhupada has given. And there were others who could not maintain their sannyas vows. They fell. If anybody talks to me about this, I only see them like Abhimanyu. Abhimanyu was sent to break the Chakra Vyuha, correct, no? So these leaders were utilized by Srila Prabhupada in the very early days to create a breakthrough in the world. It's like, imagine if Prabhupada is in a desert, he wants a glass of water. Somebody giving him a glass of water in desert and somebody giving a Bisleri bottle to you here, is it same? At that time, you can imagine any of you were born in 1965, you were there. Do you think we would have dedicated our lives to Prabhupada? At that time, our movement was not so well established. It was a budding movement. But these people came at that time and dedicated their lives, like Guru Kripa Maharaj, Tushta Krishna Maharaj, Brahmananda Prabhu, Gargarishi Prabhu, and all of them. Although some of them left their sannyas, but their love for Prabhupada never diminished. They always faithfully remained connected to ISKCON. Even today you will find, even those who have given up their sannyas or guruship, they are in ISKCON, and they regularly, you will see them in many other festivals. They are connected to ISKCON and ISKCON leaders also. So internally, just like we are talking about the deer, Bharat Maharaj became a deer, but the deer, did he give up Krishna consciousness? He became doubly serious after that. So one should see this fall downs in a proper light. And the zonal acharya abuse happened not intentionally. They were thinking anybody is a guru or a GBC in one locality, all the people in that locality should take diksha from that guru for convenience, correct, no? Say, for example, in Pune there is one GBC you make, and all Pune fellows should take only from that guru only. Like that they had made a zonal acharya system because it is very convenient for operation. North you all take from here, south you take from here. Even now it's happening to some degree. But in those days, there was no question of choosing a guru. You are in a particular zone, you have to take only from that guru. So that caused a lot of burning because some people were not aspiring from the local leader. They were aspiring from others. And then later on they changed it. They said, no, you don't have to take from the zonal acharya. Let him be in your zone, but you can take diksha from anybody you want. That was a mistake which was rectified. Similarly, institutional arrogance. Somebody may say that, ISKCON did not care for the life members. They made hundreds and thousands of life members. They are not able to give them accommodation. You see, number of rooms in ISKCON are limited, and then number of people becoming life members are more increasing. So sometimes ISKCON had to tell them that our rooms are full. Some people felt bad. Child abuse cases, I told you, or immature preaching style, because people are growing in Krishna consciousness. They might have had some immature, bigger, like aggressive preaching some people might have done and brought some ill repute. Or commercialization tendency. Some people think that you people are commercial, you are Govindas, you are gift stall and all that. But actually, people criticize, but they come and buy also. One man was telling me, hey, you guys, why do you make such a big commercial stall and big Govindas you have? You people should be simple, he said. I said, okay, we will be simple. Can we close it down? He said, no, I want to come and eat. Then I told, for you only we made this. So many people find fault, but actually ISKCON has been improving all the while. See, this is a historical fact, but the real question is, did ISKCON collapse? Or ISKCON did self-correction? That is the main point. You will see, even after so many blows, ISKCON is flourishing. Very fact that all of you are occupying the temple hall is a proof that ISKCON is flourishing, isn't it? So you will see that ISKCON This is one temple like this. You go to Kargar and see, there's another very big temple in Kargar. Similarly, you will see Juhu in Mira Road. A new temple has come up in Mira Road also. The Hiranandani has given land in Kopali. Sitaram is going to make one more new temple there in Kopali also. It's coming up. You will see that. And new temples are popping up, ISKCON. So you see success coming, and ISKCON is growing also in maturity. And also, you will see these are the ISKCON gurus, list of initiating gurus in ISKCON. You can get this in this website. If anybody want to know who are the initiating gurus, go to this gbc.iskcon.org. In that website there are 115 gurus now in good standing, and you can take Diksha from any of these leaders you want. You can choose a guru. See here, it is totally 116 are there. 116. So, and these are all in proper standing, fixed up leaders. Many of them are hundreds and thousands of disciples also. And you can see that, here you will see standards of conduct for gurus in ISKCON. They have this general standards in relation to GBC body, in relation to spiritual authority. All these things you will find this in the website. ISKCON has proper website, and so not one or two. Prabhupada made so many powerful leaders who are taking ISKCON far and wide, and it is booming more and more and more. So ISKCON is also simultaneously correcting itself. People know that, like for example, in Mahakumbha Mela, isn't it? Mahakumbha, our Adani had given a good charity. He was very charitable, and every day 1 lakh was distributed at Prasad plates, isn't it? Later on, there also in Jagannath Puri also. Now I don't know how many of you know our ISKCON Dwaraka Amagala Prabhu's temple. Now they are running catering in the train itself. What is the name of the train? Amrit Bharat, is it? Amrit Bharat train. So devotees can take prasad in train also. Many times devotees get in some station from somebody. Now in the train itself you will get prasad. And they were telling me that this is only the first train, many more trains we are going to arrange for prasad in future. So, in this way you will see, like Krishna says, Abhijayat Sudaracharo Bhajate Ma Amananya Bhak. Krishna does not deny failure. He explains the process of rectification, correct, no? He says, Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma. Very quickly, the devotee will rectify the faults and come to the proper standard. Krishna says that. So ISKCON did not collapse even after this failure. See, if somebody slipped and fell in a muddy pool of water, you are laughing, but he is already under the shower. So the laughing person is condemned. Because that person is already taking bath. He is going to wear a fresh dress and go to temple. You will be laughing and staying here. So, therefore, one should see the ISKCON's uniqueness. Zonal Acharya system was dismantled. Guru authority was made accountable to GBC. And they have a very strict inspection system now in ISKCON. Anybody who is a sannyasi, there is a whole sannyas ministry now. After 2001, find out how many fall downs happened. Hardly any fall down in ISKCON. Because very strict systems have been instituted now. Child protection offices are created, CPO. In fact, in our temple also we have a very big team, CPO team, 8-10 devotees there, and they are trained for 3 days, almost 10 hours every day. They are trained on how to take care of our children, protect children. You will find in the Brahmachari ashram entrance, no child below 18 years is allowed. You will wonder, 18 years is child? Yes, because all minors are also considered as children. They don't come and stay in the ashram. We don't allow that. So many places you will find our CPO board. ISKCON, the training programs are rigorously instituted. Public apologies are also issued. And also the compensation for those Gurukul children is also made, crores of rupees, I told you. Legal consequences have been accepted. They went to court and whatever was to be paid, they did. And the survivors have been compensated. So, Prabhupada said management may be bad, but the movement is good. Prabhupada said this even in one of his conversations, he said. Prabhupada said management is done by people who may sometimes have some flaws, but the movement of Lord Chaitanya cannot be bad. So, these people who equate human failure to totally condemn the spiritual truth, they sometimes quote, they say, see, Mahabharata failed, Mahabharata is useless, see, Kauravas did this, Kauravas did that, or the fanatical Brahmanas, they mistreated the lower class of people by untouchability. That doesn't make the Vedas bad. See, Vedas are wonderful, but people who misuse it, so they should be rectified or condemned, not the Vedas themselves. Shastras never teach that type of false logic. They say the fault of Kauravas, corruption of the Brahmanas, they are mistakes of a class. You cannot use it as a criticism to abandon the Vedas. It's like throwing the baby with bathwater, we say, no? If you, like, one man said, I lost my prasadam plate, so I'm not going to eat unless I get my plate. Can you say that? Then you have to get another plate, correct now? Similarly, you went to a dentist and you broke your tooth. Then you say, all dentists in this world are bad. So one dentist may be a quack. That doesn't mean all dentists are bad. Go to a qualified dentist. Similarly, some people have a bitter experience with some particular devotee somewhere who is immature or not properly situated, and then they blame the whole society. So yes, ISKCON has faced some failures. Prabhupada also said that this material world has many flaws and mistakes, you see. At the same time, the idea to spiritualize the world is a pure idea. So the Krishna's mission is pure, but we are instruments with some deficiencies. We should try to overcome the deficiency by aligning with Srila Prabhupada's teachings, which is what all the leaders are making a great effort to do. We should, like you see in the beginning of the Gita, Arjuna was not perfect. He was weeping. He put his bow down. Was he doing his duty? No. And then after hearing from Krishna, he rectified it. Similarly, people who come to ISKCON in the early stage, they may commit some mistakes. Or even those who become leaders may be a little careless or casual. There is a possibility. So you will find a society which has perfection on one hand and some imperfection on the other hand. Because it's a Kali Yuga, to propagate a spiritual movement in Kali Yuga is not a very easy thing. Even to start a movement is difficult. What to speak of running it? Because there is so much of, you can imagine when Brahmachari's father came, Ram Sai Prabhu's father, he came and met me. He was like amazed. He said, Radheshyam Prabhu, what is happening in your temple? He said, I asked, what is happening? So he said, you brahmacharis, you are remaining and wearing saffron and living here. So many of you, more than 100 devotees here. He said, there are so many girls of the college girls coming here. Many of them are visiting the campus. The campus is full of so many youngsters visiting. How are these brahmacharis living in the heart of the city? Ideally, you guys should go to Himalayas. You should be living in a lonely forest. Otherwise, how can one survive as a brahmachari? So, I was telling about the Yukta Vairagya principle and how Prabhupada wanted ISKCON temples in the heart of the city. And we have to live in the city and we have to preach. And we have to remain like a lotus untouched by the muddy pool of water all around. So there will be allurement, there will be temptations, there will be people who may not be appropriate. All around in the material world, you see one Ajamila saw one dirty sight in the forest in those days. Now in city, you will see hundreds of Ajamilas watching hundreds of sights. You will see that. But one who is fixed up in the spiritual purpose and spiritual goal, such a devotee will never be disturbed. He will be focused. Just like, say, I am going to buy flowers in the market. On either side of the lane, I find there is a liquor shop, there is a meat shop. At the end, I have a flower shop. So, are these things going to distract us? If your purpose is to fetch the flowers, you are not going to bother about the liquor shop or the meat shop, isn't it? And that purpose, fixity on the purpose, that was made possible by Srila Prabhupada giving us guidance through his books. Our movement is such a powerful movement. People can live in the heart of the city, practice themselves. See, for you to preach and take other people with you, it's like a swimmer. You have to put some drowning people on your shoulder and swim. How much strength you need, you can see that. But that strength Prabhupada's books have given us. The Siddhantic clarity And Prabhupada is very strict rules and regulations, 4 regulative principles. In America, Dr. Goldsmith told him, when Prabhupada was making the movement, Swamiji, instead of 4, make it 3, he said. The illicit sex, if you make it in America, your movement cannot be popular. Prabhupada said, I have not come here to please Americans. Prabhupada said, I have to tell you what Bhagavatam is saying. Dyutam, Panam, Striya, Asuna, Yatra, Adharmas Chaturvidaha. These are 4 adharmic activities. I cannot make the 4 into 3. So, Prabhupada was sticking to the pure principles, and still the movement has expanded. Even all of you boys, you have seen that we have frankly presented the truth to all of you, and you've still taken it up. So that is the ISKCON movement. So, Guru review committees, transparent finance, improved devotee care, all these things. So our commitment is to the process that that is coming in Guru Parampara. Our mission is to deliver Krishna to people, not to become Guru. Which means, Amar Ajna Guru Haya means the Guru should do Guru's job. You have to deliver the goods from the Guru Parampara. If one becomes boastful and trying to boss over people and not transmitting what is to be transmitted through the Guru Parampara line, it's useless. So we are putting faith in the process which is coming in the line of Guru Parampara, right from Krishna to Brahma to Narada to Vedavyas, it's coming down. So if any individual has faults, what you should do? Should you give up and go away? No. One should find out who is properly following and then follow that person. It's very simple. Like whenever you go to a doctor, sometimes it doesn't work for you. One medical approach doesn't work for you. Then you have to find out which doctor can help you. So in Srimad Bhagavatam, you'll find the material modes are obstacles, but they are unable to hinder the purpose of the Supreme. So you will see that. See, there is a ISKCON law book which gives the code of behavior, mandatory qualifications for gurus. You can see that if you go to the ISKCON law book, you just put ISKCON law book in Google, you will get it. You can see all the policies are made very strictly. What is the code of ethical behavior, what all they should do, what are the restrictions and conduct, so disciplinary measures. There are 3 things they will do. If a person has committed some mistake in ISKCON, they reprimand, suspend, or remove. If it is a small mistake, they will reprimand and leave. Reprimand means chastise and leave. If they have committed some big mistake, then, but if it is a reasonable mistake, like you say, Guru status may be suspended if they violate regulative principles or engage in sense gratification. But expulsion, serious illegal acts are creating a separate movement outside the ISKCON authority, then they are expelled also. Like for example, if somebody has taken a land in their own name, they didn't put it in ISKCON, they can be suspended for 6 months, 1 year, like that. Some people have been expelled also. So ISKCON has a website. You can see all these things, and nowadays you will see that the rules and regulations are becoming more and more stringent. They're making it strict, seeing the situation of the world. Okay, what does ISKCON uniquely offer to the youth of today? It is not just a philosophy alone. It's a whole ecosystem, you will see. Like firstly, you see, direct access to Shuddha Bhakti. Like, I have never seen a movement like ISKCON where concretely it's given to you, this is what you have to do. Before that, I have read books of so many organizations. They say so many vague things. They will say, look within. I was telling in the morning, isn't it? About God also, very, very vague things about God, vague things about practice. One very famous guru, YouTuber guru, who is well known to all of you, many of the students jointly ask questions and he would answer, isn't it? So in one university program, 4 students were sitting. They asked him a question. Sir, Swamiji, you are a very great, realized personality. You travel across the globe and you are one of the first top-notch gurus of the world. You know everything. We are simple students. If you can tell us, in essence, the quintessence of all your teachings, what we should do as students, they asked. He said, you see, the philosophy is very deep. You guys don't have to do anything, just do your studies well. Like that he said. He didn't have anything concrete to give them. I was thinking if in that person's place if Prabhupada was sitting, if students ask Prabhupada what we should do, what he will say? Chant Hare Krishna and follow concrete. That's what I am telling you. There is no vague answer, no vague reply. There is a concrete reply Prabhupada would give. This is one thing I liked in Prabhupada's books. No ambiguity. It's full of clarity. Daily japa discipline, deity worship culture. See, in every ISKCON temple there is two dress. Our deities are dressed in the morning and night, 2 times a day. And 6 boga offerings are done. See, in those days, one devotee had come to our camp temple and he saw the deities Radha Kunjabihari and he was so touched. So I was sitting in the garden doing a yoga retreat for the students. Like we made a circle and we were chanting together. In the garden I was taking some Bhagavad Gita shlokas. So somebody brought him to me. He was wearing white shirt and white pant. He had brought a group of youths also with him. So he came to see, he was from an organization called Holy Mission. So he came and asked me, these deities look so beautiful. And he asked, how many times a year you all decorate them? I said, in a year, in a day, twice. He was like, stand. He said, we also have Radha Krishna and Lakshmi, Radha Krishna and Sitaram deities in our Holy Mission. Can you please come once and see? So I had gone once to see also. Very beautiful deities they had. And they would decorate them on festival days, like that. So then Swarup Damodar Prabhu went also. And they were very inspired by his kirtan. And then there was a program. Then once we took even His Holiness Navagendra Maharaj also, because Navagendra Maharaj can talk to them in Sikh language also, Punjab, was that. So that devotee, the leader of the youth, very soon he started chanting Hare Krishna in 16 rounds, and then he got initiated. He is none other than our Ramchandra Prabhu in Pune. You may not know, but he is in Pune, very famous devotee. Later on he went to Atlanta for many years and he returned back. So he was the devotee. So he was amazed in a day. 2 times the deities are dressed in one day. And 6 boga offerings are made. And this is not only one deity, in all ISKCON temples. ISKCON has more than 1,000 temples now. In all the temples. Wherever you want to have deities of the Lord, deities are very... Even Swaminarayan team came to our Juhu temple. They stayed practically a month to learn about how to worship the deities, Shodash Upacharas, and the Pancharatra Vidhi, everything they learned and went. So, in this way, the deity worship culture and the Guru Shishya Parampara, beginning with Krishna, then Brahma, then Narada, then Vyas, and then we have Madhavendra Puri. Madhavendra Puri took from Lakshmi Tirth. That is the connection between Madhva Sampradaya and our Sampradaya. So Brahma Madhva Gaudiya line. Then Ishwarapuri, then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then the Goswamis, then Jiva Goswami's Shiksha disciples, 3 of them. And then line goes down and power. As you come down, you will find powerful personalities like Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Baladev Vidyabhushan. Then we have the modern day Mahajans, our Bhaktivinoda Thakur is called Savant Goswami. Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Jagannath Das Babaji, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Gaur Krishna Das Babaji, and Bhaktivinoda Thakur and Srila Prabhupada. So we have a very powerful line of acharyas who have very carefully transmitted. And ISKCON's global spiritual identity. ISKCON is the one rare, amazing movement of Sanatana movement where you will find a villager from the deep villages of Odisha, you will find, and you will find a software engineer from Bangalore. And you will find a monk from Russia also. And all can chant together without caste, race or birth barriers. Correct, no? Isn't it? ISKCON, you will find a postdoctorate fellowship, you will find somebody. And you will find a person who is Anguta Chap, who can only put his thumb. He doesn't know how to sign also. You'll find both in ISKCON. You'll find people like, Ford, Ambarish Prabhu, millionaires. And you'll find very simple people from village, you'll find also in ISKCON. And we have no caste, creed, color, nationality, gender, no restriction. For entering our temple, taking darshan, everybody is given equal treatment in our temple. There is no pakshapat. Recently, Gauranga Prabhu was sharing one interesting thing in our yatra. He said in Karnataka, there was one gathering where 500 religious leaders were invited from different parts of Karnataka. And they told him to speak, taking the mic. He was surprised. He said, I am from ISKCON, but you are all local fellows. You know Kannada also, you know. Why don't you ask one of your leaders to speak? And then the organizer told him something amazing. He said, all these 500 people sitting here, in their temples, only particular caste people are allowed to enter. Others are not allowed. That lower caste people are not allowed, he said. And this is not, we are talking about 50 years ago, right now. Even in the modern times, right now, in their temples, there are restrictions. Who can enter, who cannot enter. And the organizer told Gauranga Prabhu that ISKCON is started by Srila Prabhupada. One moment where everybody is allowed to enter. Therefore, we want you to speak and inspire these people. So, and then Gauranga Prabhu was telling us, you know, now I am feeling more grateful to ISKCON. The Prabhupada has opened. There is no restriction here. Yeah. So, based on guna karma, chaturvaranyam, maya sashtam, guna karma. See, in South India, there was one Subramanya Bharati, very famous writer of poetry and everything. He has written on Krishna also. Something very intelligent poet, very nice songs he has written. So, at one time, he saw that, you know, many of the lower caste people are not allowed to the temples and they were feeling inferiority complex. So one day he called all of them, he said, hundreds of them, he said, I will give you sacred thread. And today onwards you are Brahman. I am making you Brahman. So he put sacred thread and they all went happily back. So simply putting a thread around somebody's body, can it make him Brahman? Something similar Gandhi also tried. Gandhi gave the name Hari Jan, he gave the name. Hey, you are all children of God. So come here, I will give you sacred thread. You can be children of God. And so Gandhi's and Subramanya Bharati's intention is very good. But good intentions are not good enough. You have to train them. It is only ISKCON society where you will find, you know, first you come to temple, start 1 round, 2 rounds, 4 rounds, 8 rounds, 12 rounds, 16 rounds. You know, after the Utkarsh camp, many of you came 16 rounds. And then you maintain 16 rounds for 3 years or so. Then you are given Harinam Diksha. And after Harinam Diksha, first initiation, another it takes 4-5 years, then you do Bhakti Shastri course. You have to pass the course. Then there's one more course called IDC. You know, IDC for the first initiation, Bhakti Shastri for the second initiation. Almost after 7-8 years or so, then you can be given Brahman Diksha. And after Brahman Diksha, you are allowed to enter the altar. Then you can worship the Lord. Then you are called a Brahman. So how many of you think it is properly done? You understand? Correct, no? So this is whose standard? Prabhupada's standard. Prabhupada follows this. So compare the Subramanya Bharati and Gandhi and Prabhupada. You can see those fellows had good intention, but Prabhupada had not only intention, he instituted proper method of making a person into Brahman by observing the qualities and activities in them. That's why guna karma, you acquire quality of a Brahman, we will give you Brahman Diksha. And you can be from any background. You can be even a Chandala also, dog-eater family also, correct, no? Like one butcher took initiation from Prabhupada in the West. So when he came and extended the hands, Prabhupada told him, kill no more, he said, and then he gave him. So 10 years he was working in Kattal, he was a butcher. But then he became a 16-year-old devotee, just like Mrigari. Narada Muni delivered one Mrigari, Prabhupada delivered hundreds. So that is why you all might have heard about Prabhupada, how there are 14 predictions about Prabhupada's appearance. You all heard that? It's today, yeah? In Nishta camp you will hear that. So, ISKCON is not only talking this verse, it's not just quoting it, but applying this, Chaturvarnya Maya Sashtam, Guna Karma, Vibhagashaya. And in youth leadership training, you can see, you know, in ISKCON has taken a preaching responsibility, scriptural confidence, character building, clean lifestyle in a polluted age. All these things you can visibly see in ISKCON. Like, you know, our students don't just practice themselves, they also go out and preach. And they can quote shlokas. Even a small child can quote in ISKCON. So many shlokas. Like you've seen that small devotee, great devotee, Bhagavat. His name is Bhagavat. Recently I met him in one of the school, Shlok school, I was also invited to speak and he was also invited to speak. So we got both. So when he came and he offered a full obeisance, I lifted, I saw, who is that very familiar face I've seen on YouTube? So he has millions of people appreciating. Of course, how beautifully he quotes and speaks, such a small child. So we have many child prodigies in ISKCON like this, you will find. Quoting scriptures. And we are not just pandits speaking from the scriptures, but there is a lot of emphasis on character also. Following the 4 relative principles and regular training and rising early in the morning, taking a bath, wearing a fresh clothes, eating only prasad, living only with devotees, eating only what is cooked and offered by devotees, not eating here and there. And even in a polluted age, what to speak of brahmachari sannyasis inside the temples, even grihasthas and boys and girls, how they lead lives, that type of lifestyle is handed over in training. Yeah. Similarly, leadership training in ISKCON. It does not aim to produce only followers who merely attend programs, but leaders who carry responsibility, isn't it? See, I have given examples. What are the preachers doing? Not only they chant, they teach chanting. They lead kirtans. They have study circles, outreach programs, festivals, book distribution, counseling juniors. So they take ownership. There are many Matajis preaching to children. There are many Matajis preaching to girls. Many Prabhujis who are taking care of book distribution, preaching. We have a whole department called Sanjeevani, Mukundan Prabhu and Rasamati Gaur Prabhu. Anybody wants to preach, they can go and connect and become preachers. They open up new programs for them, new preachers. Yeah. So the youths are taught that I have to set an example. I have to walk my talk. Only then I can preach and make devotees. That's how they also become serious in their practice. So the leadership in ISKCON begins with seva bhav, not just position. They always are learned to study Shastra and see through the eyes of Shastra, called Shastra Chakshu. They not only learn what is the truth, they learn why. Our whole training, we begin with discover yourself. Does God exist? Does soul exist? These kind of questions are answered, isn't it? Why should we put faith in Vedas? So we expose them to doubts, criticism, interfaith questions, and put everything is trained in a crystal clear manner. You see, that is why you will find in ISKCON, when outsiders or newcomers come and ask questions, devotees can be calm, even when they are questioned. They can, because they practice with conviction, not superficial. They are unshaken by criticisms, you see. Similar character building, I told you, humility under success, stability, even in criticism, accountability to seniors, correct, no? So this is the way the training is given. There are actually many people don't even know. This Jai Shetty. Jai Shetty is Ganesham Prabhu. He was a monk in London temple. And now he may have probably 8 million or 9 million followers in the YouTube. Very famous. He wrote a book called as Think Like a Monk. Now the whole world is appreciating monk life, because they think monk has a ability to be dutiful yet detached. So he is writing through that book. So my spiritual master was telling, although he is so successful in the outside world, when he comes to meet the Vaishnavas, you will not believe he will be one amongst the devotees. He will be very, very simple, absolutely simple. Our Gaur Gopal Prabhu also, when he had gone to one of the Gulf countries, and he has to go in this dress, correct now. He said, I cannot change this dress. If I am wanted in this dress, I can come. They said, okay, you come, no problem. He came and spoke. Many of these people actually have accomplished great strides in reaching out to common people who may not want to be so spiritual also. That's why he quoted these examples. And what to speak of others, like we have Oxford University, there we have a department of Hindu studies. There is Shravana Krishi Prabhu is there. There is a whole department of Hindu studies led by ISKCON devotee. You'll find that. Similarly, when Michael Cremo, he wrote, his name is Dhutakarma Prabhu. When he wrote a book called Hidden History of the Human Race and Forbidden Archaeology. See the title of the book, Forbidden Archaeology. When he wrote this, books, the whole of America got shaken up. The television started advertising the show which, Darwinists would never want to see. Huh? So many of the Darwinists became angry and trying to protest. They couldn't protest because all the truths were presented, because this Prabhu had gone to the laboratories and all the bones and skulls which were hidden in the godown without revealing, which actually defeat Darwin's theory, all those were there, and he did a lot of research, and the book became a big challenge for many of the atheistic scientists. Huh? So that, and similarly Sadaputta Prabhu has a whole website. More than 50, 60 books you can get. Sadaputta Prabhu was one of the, like we say, Jiva Goswami in the line of Varanasi, very top-notch, learned personalities. Like that in scientific field, Sadaputta Prabhu is a very, very learned personality. Published many, many books also. He is the one who published the book Alien Identities, about UFOs. Like that he has published and written many articles also. So he gave a bridge for the scientists to be able to see what is spirituality. Many of the atheistic scientists turned into devotees by learning from Sadaputta Prabhu. So in ISKCON, Prabhupada started BI, Bhaktivedanta Institute. So in this way, although they are very highly qualified, they are extremely humble. You see Bhakti Swarup Damodar Maharaj, isn't it? H.T.D. Singh, he was in University of Illinois. So Prabhupada met him and made him devotee, and then how humble he is. That's why humility under success, stability under criticism, respectful dealings, even in disagreement. So daily sadhana, service discipline, associating, they all slowly build such maturity in the devotees, you see, self-control. So that is why many youths say ISKCON saved them from ego, addiction, or aimlessness, you see. And also clean lifestyle. In a world which is nowadays, especially nowadays, they think these are normal, correct? No? Intoxication, pornography, casual relationships, consumerism, these are becoming very common. And youths are actually becoming a victim of all this nowadays. Whereas ISKCON offers a counterculture, not a compromise. See, no intoxication, no illicit sex, no gambling, regulated life, and the demons will die, Prabhupada said. All the demoniac culture is driven out. Because of no intoxication, devotees have clarity of thought. Because of no illicit sex, emotionally they are very stable. Because of no gambling, they can be truthful. And because of regulated lifestyle, time par kana, time par sona, time par chant karna, everything. Do everything in a regulated manner, then you develop the inner determination, strength. So there is no repression. You will see that one of the most amazing things I observed in youths, as the youths are growing in the first year, they very voluntarily come forward to follow. There are many youths who ask, Prabhuji, when can I shave up? Can I come in? We tell them, no. First you finish your studies, you have to do a job, you have to save money, get your sisters married. You have to make sure that your parents should never be economically having any challenge later. Till the last breath, there should be an arrangement for them to settle peacefully, live peacefully. Only then you can join. So we push them back. Many, even parents are amazed to see how their son at one time was so degraded and has become so exalted. Like, there is one devotee called, his name is Vakreshwar Pandit Prabhu. In his home, that parent had 8 sons they had in America. And he was the 8th, last one. So being the last child, he was the most dear to the parents. But although he was most dear, right from childhood, he grew up in a very bad company. He was into all kinds of bad habits, drinking, smoking, drugs, having multiple partners, and he was in a very, very degraded situation. So later on, one point of time, he met the ISKCON devotees and became a devotee. So he came for one Pune Yatra. He was saying he's a short devotee, the West, but he plays a very big kartal, vampire, and he can play for hours together without getting tired. He said, I am a very passionate man. He said, I can play this for several hours also. So in that particular Pune Yatra, he made all of us dance for hours together. So His Holiness Ranath Maharaj was telling, Vakreshwar Pandit also used to dance for 72 hours, you may be knowing. Original Vakreshwar Pandit. I think that's how he got this name. He dances and sings. So he was telling, his mother told him, see, I don't know about ISKCON, but you are such a degraded fellow, you become so exalted, ISKCON must be good. She said. So there are people like that. Who are, like Jagai Madai, we talk about Jagai Madai, which is a very familiar one. But even right now, the pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu delivering Jagai Madai is still continuing. Even now. Yeah. So this is not repression, it's freedom from slavery, to impulse. Yeah. See, the world promises enjoyment but delivers anxiety, correct, no? Maya promises you enjoyment, but you go to Maya, she will give a slap. You get anxiety. Whereas ISKCON demands discipline but gives peace. Just see? Because without discipline, nothing good can come out. In the road, if there is no discipline, there will be traffic jam. In a gas cylinder, if there is no regulator, there will be explosion. In a garden, if there is no trimming of the plants, there will be, all kinds of growth without proper, this thing. So in this way, ISKCON demands discipline, but it awards peace. So ISKCON offers scientific spirituality, like Bhagavad Gita as it is, rational, coherent answers to big questions like purpose of life, identity, suffering. We have a holistic lifestyle, body, mind, soul, well-being, right now? Yeah. And we have a global network for all these things. So what is ISKCON giving to the world? For the youth world, we told you, character competence. The systematic education like Bhakti Shastri, Bhakti Vaibhav, Bhakti Vedant, Bhakti Siddhant, Bhakti Sarvabhauma. We have many, many courses. Nowadays, thousands and thousands of devotees are taking these courses nowadays. In Pune, we have BVRB, Bhakti Vedanta Raja Vidyalaya. You can join online, offline, can attend the courses. So ISKCON is an educational organization. It is not just... in fact, Prabhupada was once writing a letter to Gandhi's society. They had asked, anybody want to suggest, we have a bulk amount of money given to Gandhi's movement, but we don't know how to spend it. They wanted to know. So Prabhupada gave them an idea. 3 ideas Prabhupada gave. One idea he gave, see, Gandhi always carried Bhagavad Gita in his hand wherever he went for meetings. So in all the schools, make sure every child gets a copy of Bhagavad Gita. That's one thing he said. And second thing he said, Gandhi always started with kirtan and ended his meetings with kirtan. So in all the schools, morning gathering should be there and there should be Hare Kirtan. You can introduce it. That's one idea he gave. Third idea he said, Gandhi opened one Krishna temple in a place called Naokhali in Bangladesh. Radha Krishna temple he established. So Gandhi said, wherever I am opening temples for Radha Krishna, those temples will be open for Harijans and everybody else. All will be allowed to come. So he wanted to open many temples. He had a desire. Maybe 2-3 places he opened. So Prabhupada said, he passed away. So you can use his money for opening many, many Radha Krishna temples, and I am here, I can help, Prabhupada said. And then Prabhupada said, you may say that already there are many temples available in India. Gali gali mein mandir is there. But temple means 5 things should happen. Krishna Darshan, Krishna Shiksha, Krishna Bhakta Sangha, Krishna Naam, Krishna Prasad. So that is a real temple for a vital spiritual center. So we have Krishna Darshan, Radha Vrindavan Chandra Darshan. And Krishna Shiksha means there are so many book tables here giving Krishna Shiksha, Prabhupada books. And there are also devotees in the temple and nearby housing colonies, devotees living. Anybody has any questions, they can meet devotees and ask questions. That is Krishna Bhakta Sangha. Then Krishna Naam, there is one group of devotees behind, you will see, they train the newcomers in chanting. Daily, 300, 400, and festival days, sometimes even 800 people learn chanting. So they give them Japamala, chanting, Naam Jap. Then finally, famous one is Krishna Prasad. So we have morning full Prasad, afternoon full Prasad served, and the evening also there is Prasad, there is Khichdi, Halwa also. So all the 5, so this is real spiritual center, Prabhupada said. 5 things should happen. So in this way, ISKCON has a very big social impact. So we don't just train people to believe in Krishna, but to represent Krishna with buddhi and integrity and compassion, you see. This is how the youths are being trained. Youths are not just trained please somehow or other believe in God. No. It's rationally presented. And this is another complaint some people say. Hey, ISKCON is collecting money in India, and sending it abroad. You see, the financial integrity can be easily proven. You see, actually the money is going not from India to West, it's coming from West to India. Our Ambarish Prabhu alone has given more than 500 crores for the TOVP project, Temple of Vedic Planetarium. So, and also ISKCON Center is a separate legal entity. Every ISKCON temple is financially self-sustaining. They don't, no ISKCON temple is giving money to any other ISKCON temple or any other country also. We collect locally money and we spend it. And we are accountable to the Juhu, where we all are submitting our balance sheet every year. It's actually inward flow, not outward flow. Funds are flowing into India. See, how did Prabhupada make Krishna Balaram temple? How did he make Juhu temple? How did he make Mayapur temple? Where did money come from? Not from India, it came from America. Prabhupada went with 40 rupees and brought 40 crores. Made the temples. See, you can check these things. ISKCON temples are legally independent. Indian donations are audited in India. Foreign donations also come into India. So India is now a net receiver, not a donor to other countries. We only donate spiritual knowledge abroad. We print books, we take it and we go and preach. Yeah. So India, ISKCON gave knowledge to worldwide, and the world is now supporting India's Dharma projects. Correct, no? So it's coming in. Another blame people say, hey, ISKCON foreigners will dominate India like British or Mughals. This is another famous thing. Hey, they're coming, they will chant Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, and then they will take over India. This is another thing people say. See, what is the critical difference? British came with guns, Mughals came with swords, ISKCON came with kartals and books. Isn't it? You can see that. See, in ISKCON, foreigners, what are they doing? They live by Indian Shastra, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam. They worship Indian deities, Radha Krishna. They follow parampara from India. And they even promote Sanskrit and Bhagavad culture. Bhanu Maharaj alone has translated more than 150 books, Sanskrit literature into English. They are promoting Sanskrit and Bhagavad culture, isn't it? But the irony is, those people who reject ISKCON for being foreign, they use English daily. And they wear Western clothes. And they follow Western education. But they object when Westerners are chanting Hare Krishna, sincerely. How ridiculous it is. See, most people who criticize ISKCON of being foreign, they are more foreign than the Westerners also. One Pune devotee told me, he went to some country abroad, somewhere in Germany. So he said in the morning, he attended the whole morning program. And then he heard a Bhagavatam class from one of the foreign devotees. Gave a beautiful Bhagavatam class, reciting Sanskrit shloka and everything. Then the Govindas, he said, you get South Indian, North Indian, Punjabi, everything you get. Even in countries abroad. He said, so I cannot believe my eyes that Indian cuisine you can get in a place abroad. So you will, in this way you will find those who are connected to ISKCON from abroad, they are very simple people. You should go to sometimes Mayapur during the Gaur Purnima time and see more than 10,000 to 15,000 people come. Many Prabhujis, Matajis from different countries, children. They all are wearing dhoti kurta, sari and wearing tilak and playing mridangam, and they keep doing Sankirtan. They're very, very simple-hearted Vaishnavas and Vaishnavis. So, another thing, nationalism versus universalism. Is ISKCON foreign? Some people suspect that ISKCON is a foreign entity. This is a superficial observation. Because the demographic, over 95% of ISKCON leadership and members in India are Indian nationals. See, the headquarters is where? Srila Mayapur, Bengal. And ISKCON is preserving the culture. And it is also spreading more and more Indian Vedic culture globally. Mahaprabhu himself predicted, no, Pritibhitaya Chaya Nagaradi Gram Sarvatra Prachara Hoibamorana, isn't it? Another thing, Brahmanas angry about Mlecha Brahman Diksha. This is another thing. There are some Brahmanas in India who are very angry that why Swami Prabhupada gave Brahman Diksha to cow flesh eaters and dog eaters and things like that. See, Prahlad Maharaj says in one verse, he says, just in one of the verses, is what is that famous verse? No. He doesn't say Kirata Gunandra. Tasyara Vindanayanasya Padara. No, not that. Viprad Vishad Guna Arabindanava Padarabinda Vimukhat Shvapacham Varishtham. See, Shvapacham Varishtham Manneta Darpita Mano Vachane Hitartha Pranam Punati Sakulam Natu Burimana. In this verse he says, even if one Brahmana has 12 qualities of a Brahman, but he is a non-devotee. On the other hand, somebody was born in a dog-eater family, now he has become a Vaishnava. This dog-eater family Vaishnava is far superior to a Brahmana with 12 qualities who is a non-devotee. Neither Prahlad is saying. Because that fellow born in a dog-eater family can deliver all his dependents in the family by giving them Hare Krishna chanting. So there are many verses. Shat karma nipuno vipro mantra tantra visharadaha avaishnavo guru nasyat vaishnavo shapacho guru. See what this verse says. It says, Shat karma nipuno vipro. Yajan, yajan, patan, dan, pratigraha. A Brahmana can do all these things. But if he is not a devotee, he cannot be a guru. On the other hand, somebody born in a dog-eater family has become a Vaishnava devotee, he can be a guru. Kiba vipra, kiba nyasi, shudra kena noi. Jai Krishna Tattva Beta Sayi Guru Hai. Mahaprabhu said this. Somebody may be a Shudra or a Brahmana, whoever you be. If you are a devotee, you can be a guru. You know Krishna Tattva, you can be a guru. And in this way, Sanatana Goswami has told one verse also. Avaishnava Mukod Giranam Putam Harikatamritam Shravanam Naiva Kartavyam Sarpochistayatapaya. If somebody is not a devotee, even though born in a Brahmana family, if he speaks Krishna Katha, it's like milk touched by a serpent. On the other hand, somebody, even if he's born in a degraded family but became a devotee, he is far superior. Many verses. Another verse Prabhupada would often quote, Muchi haya shuchi, yadi Krishna bhaje. Shuchi haya muchi, yadi Krishna tyaje. If a Brahmana gives up Krishna, he becomes low class, like a cobbler. And if a cobbler becomes worshipper of Krishna, he becomes better than Brahmana. You can quote so many like this. So, Bhagavad Gita clearly says that it's about guna and karma. So, initiation of non-Brahman into this thing, we have a Shastric justification for it. Bhagavatam also says that Kirata Hunanda Pulinda Pulakasha Abhira Shumba Yavana Kashadaya, correct, no? Ye Anya Chapapa, Yadapashrayashya, Shuddhanti Tasmai. All the people from, born in degraded places, but if they chant the holy name, they can be purified. What about Haridas Thakur? He was born in a Yavana family, but he was elevated to Namacharya stage. What about Ramananda Rai? He was born in a Shudra, Kayastha family. And he was the governor of Madras, politician. But Mahaprabhu embraced him and considered him the topmost Vaishnava. We have many precedents for this. And our Advaita Acharya Prabhu, he gave the Shraddha Patra. Yesterday Shankar Prabhu was saying that point. He gave the Shraddha Patra to whom? At that time, see, now you may not be a serious thing for you. Because Jamana Badal gaya. See, 500 years ago, the Brahmanas were very stringent and he was the leader of the Brahmins. Who? Advaita Acharya. And he called Haridas Thakur to his house. You know the Shraddha Patra, what it is? See, I have seen it when I was a small kid. Sometimes 7-8 Brahmins would come. The Shraddha Patra is the biggest leaf where all the items will be served profusely. And the leader of all the Brahmins will be asked to sit there. When I used to be a kid, I used to ask my mom, can I sit there? She would say, hey, no. That's not for you. That's only for the leader of Brahmins can sit there. The one who is leading the yajna, Satrayaji. He is the one who will sit there. And that seat was given to whom? Haridas Thakur. And many Brahmanas at that time were unhappy, they protested. But Advaita Acharya said, see, this Haridas Thakur, if I feed him, it's like feeding 1,000,000 Brahmins, he said. So, that is why you can see that anyone who is a genuine devotee, he is far superior to a Brahman. So the quotes are given here, Kirata, Unanda, Pulinda, Pulakasha, all these things. Yeah. Some people say Prabhupada's commentaries are sectarian, Krishna-centric. What is the answer? Yes, that's correct. Why? Why it is Krishna-centric? Because critics claim ISKCON ignores other gods and ISKCON follows, but ISKCON actually follows Paribhasha Sutra. What is it? You know the famous verse? Yeah. After giving all the 24 avatars, this 1:3:28 is a very important verse. It says, Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Indrari Vyakalan Lokam Mridayanti Yuge Yuge. So that verse says that all these avatars originate from Krishna. You will never hear in the Purana Shastras anywhere that from one Vishnu many Krishnas came out. Show me one evidence. But from one Krishna many Vishnus coming, there are evidences. You will find that. And also, we have one whole article on why do we consider Krishna supreme. While we respect all the devatas as empowered servants of the Lord, our focus is on the root of the tree. Who is the root? Krishna is the root. ISKCON doesn't reject the other devatas. Shiva is called as Parama Vaishnava. Vaishnavanam. Durga is accepted as Mahamaya. And Ganesha is a Vigna Vinayaka. But the hierarchy is scriptural, not political. Not that ISKCON has politically made someone God. No. You will find even Shankaracharya says, what he says in that Gita Mahatmya, Ekam Shastram Devaki Putra Gitam, Eko Devo Devaki Putra Yeva, Eko Mantrastasya Namanyani, Karmapi Ekam Tasya Devasya Seva. So, yes, we want unity, but doesn't mean make all gods uniform. That's an infirmity. And actually, we respect all the gods. Like, you can't say, hey, respect MLA, Chief Minister, Prime Minister equally. Can you say that? Everybody has their role. There are many Mukhya Mantris in India, but there is only one Prime Minister. So similarly, there are many, even Vishnu Tattva deities, but the original is Krishna. So, and some people say Gaudiyas are not connected to Madhva Sampradaya. See, this letter is a very recent letter, just 2 weeks ago letter. This letter. Any of you saw this? Yeah. So Shirur Swami, he sent a letter, Lakshmi Vara Tirtha Swami, from Shirur Mat. He has sent a letter, you see, from Udupi Mat. He's saying, see, mispropaganda in one of the websites. Sri Chaitanya Sampradaya is a branch of Madhva philosophy. There are historic proofs to substantiate this fact. The sadhana achieved by Sri A.C. Bhaktivinoda Swami Prabhupada Acharya of Chaitanya Sampradaya is to be welcomed by all Vaishnavites. It is due to him. People all over the world have learned about Lord Krishna. This work should have been accomplished by Madhva followers, but Prabhupada has served the world in propagating this cult. Even in the Western world, he has attracted a large number of devotees of Lord Krishna through his discourses on Bhagavad Gita. And the Bhagavata Prabhupada is allowed to be sold in front of Krishna Mandir at Udupi. This fact is known to all 8 mutts of Udupi, as well as devotees of Udupi Kshetra. Therefore, the blame cast on Sri Prabhupada is to be deemed as the blame on Sri Hari, Vayu and Guru. See, this type of behavior is not to be found in a Brahmin. As such, it's a bad affair to note that Vaishnava has exhibited such a behavior. Such contradictory statements do create split in the Vaishnava society and do not promote any good in society. Therefore, we oppose the points relayed through the website. Like that, Sri Lakshmi Varatirtha Swami has mentioned. You can see that. This is a recent letter it is. So, the conservative Madhvaites sometimes, they say that, how do you say that you guys are coming in our Sampradaya? So, this is the connection, Lakshmipati Tirtha. He initiated Madhavendra Puri. That's the connection with Madhava Sampradaya. And then Lord Chaitanya taught Achinte Beda Beda. Yeah. And also, some people say that in your Gaudiya land, you people don't have a Vedanta commentary. But Vedanta commentary was written by Baladeva Vidyabhushan, the Govinda Bhashya. We also have a commentary for Vedanta. One of the reasons why Vaishnavas are not serious about writing commentary, because Bhagavatam is a natural commentary. Bhashyam, Brahma Sutrana, the Bhagavatam itself, Bhagavatam is a natural commentary. Nevertheless, still Govinda Bhashya was dictated by Lord Govinda to Baladev. So he has written commentary also. ISKCON has the same, stands on the same foundation. This is another one, Dhammarodam. Vidyayagam, Hare Krishna, Hare Ram. Some people criticize ISKCON. This is simply ignorance. It's not an argument at all. Foolish argument. See, they have a misconception. They think ISKCON means drug culture. But I always tell anybody who says this, come to our temple and stay for a week and see what regulative principle we follow. Yeah. Our movement is to become intoxicated in the holy name, not in drugs. Isn't it? So ISKCON is the only major movement following these four regs. This kind of no intoxication, no meat, no gambling, no illicit sex. Prabhupada said we are against hippie culture, we are not part of it. We are making hippies into happies. And we are not producing hippies. Yeah. This is another thing, Ritvik's attacks on Guru system. See, this is a very big field, but briefly put, see, refuting the Ritvik HKM, Hare Krishna movement, criticisms of ISKCON Guru system. See, Prabhupada in many, many letters have spoken about future acharyas and everything. You can just put the word current link in Bhagavatam. Just put the word current link in one purpose. Prabhupada says one should take initiation from the current link, not take from any of the gurus in the past. So, gurus in ISKCON are servants of Srila Prabhupada in alignment. I told you about this. Prabhupada wanted them to continue initiating disciples. And these are the fatal flaws you see in this. No parampara transmission, parampara stops with Prabhupada. No living Shiksha authority at all. And reduces Prabhupada to a posthumous ritual priest. Guru system, it's likely that, as I told you, that some misuse was there for some time. But abolishing the Guru system is most dangerous. You see, recently, the HKM, they came up with an idea called Vishwaguru. Prabhupada is a Vishwaguru. So now, recently, one celebration, they have put a mukut over Prabhupada. Some of you might have seen that. Actually, it's dangerous over a period of time. By doing all these things, one day they are going to declare Prabhupada is God, they will say. That's what happened in another organization. Initially they were praising the founder of their organization, and then gradually they made him into God, and then there were two divisions. But if you see the Siksha Patris, originally they say that, the founder of that movement says that Radha and Krishna are the ultimate truth. But then down the line, they had divisions. One division claims one of the founding gurus to be God. So this type of fanatical approach to making Prabhupada as God, Prabhupada himself didn't like it. In his times, 3 fellows claimed Prabhupada to be God, and Prabhupada removed them from ISKCON. And they cried out and said, sorry, Prabhupada, allow us. Prabhupada said, start 3 ISKCON temples, then I will allow you back. Even Prabhupada's time. Prabhupada is very strict. So, of course, the Twigs are not saying Prabhupada is God now, but the way they are going in the direction is very dangerous it is. So, now, see, I have one article, very important, about how should ISKCON devotees view the Ritviks. This is very, very important. See, a Ritvik follower is a spirit soul and potentially a brother or sister in Krishna consciousness. Correct or not? Yeah. So therefore, a leader should recognize even their devotional sincerity, even if we strongly disagree with their interpretation of parampara. See, we should see them as Vaishnavas because 95% everything is same. There's no difference. We should not be inimical to anybody because they are also devotees. So ISKCON upholds the current parampara system with Diksha Gurus, following Srila Prabhupada's mood and teachings. The Ritvik idea that only Prabhupada should initiate, even now they are saying, that is not supported by Srila Prabhupada's complete body of GBC. We don't support their view, but we don't offend them. Nor do we insult them, nor do we criticize them. Why? The Ritvik group should be seen as misguided brothers, not enemies. They are also a part of larger Gaudiya family, even though they may be separated. This is the right type of understanding. See, we can maintain our philosophical boundaries, but we should not become fanatical or hostile. Srila Prabhupada's own dealings with other Gaudiya groups were most respectful, you see. Even if there was a disagreement. Because if we are going to fight with Vaishnavas, and what will happen to the world outside? So we have to be respectful. Even if you see them, even one group came here to our Pune temple. One group of almost 30-40 devotees had come from one of their HKM temples. They came here, they stayed in our guest house. Next day morning, they attended the program. We offered them obeisances, we gave them prasad. We deal with them just like brothers. But we don't agree with their philosophy. Just because we are friends doesn't mean, they were also inviting us, please Prabhuji come to our temple, they invited. I said, not now, we will see later sometime. Yeah, if something comes up in future, we may come. I said, but we can be kind to them when we see them. So what should a leader do practically? Educate our congregation with Shastric clarity. I have already done that from my side now, today. This is what I am doing this, correct, no? I am sharing with all of you all these things. Avoid name calling, hate speech, or personal attacks. If you do this, our bhakti will become weak. We should not unnecessarily do that. Train the future devotees to understand the importance of parampara and guru tattva. Respond to questions about Ritvik philosophy respectfully, without emotional reaction. Some people become emotional. They fight. So there is one person from ISKCON, every day he will put video. One video in the morning, one video in the evening, all about criticizing ISKCON. Actually, initially people watched, eventually people get tired. They will tell you, please tell about Krishna a little bit. Pray for their well-being, like a spiritual elder would for a lost young brother. Isn't it? Even those we feel are deviating may be used by Krishna in some unknown way. How? Ritviks have a problem with current guru system ISKCON. We can take advantage of their opposition. How? We should work on improving our quality of spiritual life. And this really happened in ISKCON. See, ISKCON was little casual. Because of Ritviks, now everybody is very careful. Hey, they will catch any time and pinch us. Here and there, one mistake ISKCON commit, hey, they will say immediately. And that has turned out to be an advantage for ISKCON. ISKCON is far more careful now. In our meetings also, they say, hey, be careful, Ritviks are watching. If you mistake. So it's in one sense Krishna's arrangement only. It's good for us. So in this way, ISKCON will have more and more highly spiritually qualified devotees rather than fight back with them, considering them rivals. Let us focus on purity, example, and unity, and not division, isn't it? Gaurangera sangi gane nitya siddha kori mane se jaya prajendra nandana pasha. Gaurangera sangi gane nitya siddha kori mane se jaya prajendra nandana pasha. See, all the associates of Lord Chaitanya, they are ever liberated. Anyone accepts the assistance of Lord Chaitanya as ever liberated, he also becomes liberated. So we should see them as followers of Chaitanya, and we should not unnecessarily offend them. That's the point. And last point, I think, Puri Gajapati and Rathayatra dates. This is something people are asking questions. See, key principle is Rathayatra is a festival, not a sanskar. It's a festival for people to get the mercy of Jagannath. So it's celebrated worldwide by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy and Prabhupada taking Jagannath to Western world. So ISKCON doesn't replace Jagannath Puri Rathayatra festival. It extends its mercy globally, correct, no? All over the world, Prabhupada, in childhood he did it, later on he took it to San Francisco, and now all over the world. So ISKCON has committed to following Puri dates, those 10 days, correct, no? When the Ulta Rath comes, going and returning back, within those dates only ISKCON is doing. But abroad, there are certain challenges they are facing. Because the government allows parade only on weekends, not on weekdays. It becomes difficult to organize all the Rathayatras only on weekend for them. And also in some countries, the climatic conditions are not suitable during the dates, those dates. So Prabhupada's point was, the spirit of preaching, Yukta Vairagya, sometimes require Desh Kal Patra adjustments to allow thousands of people to see. So, this is a final take. Why should we place faith in ISKCON? Because philosophy is pure, parampara is authentic, failures are corrected, not hidden, mission is global and timeless, Prabhupada's books remain unchanged, no alternative. Even the corrections that some people criticize about Prabhupada's books, see how authentic our leaders are. You can ask Zolna Jayadut Maharaj. The old books are put up and the new books are also put up, and what corrections they have made also they have given. Because some sentences are half finished, some words are not proper. Like for example, saintly articles, it's written in NOD. It's supposed to be scented articles. Gandha, the word is used. Gandha means scent. It's not saintly. So that's the kind of thing they have made changes. So you can ask His Grace Vaisheshika Prabhu, His Holiness Jayadut Maharaj, if you have any doubts about that. So no alternative institution has delivered bhakti in such a large scale like ISKCON. If you want to find something better than Krishna consciousness, reject us. Prabhupada once said that. If you find something better, go, follow it. You won't find. So ISKCON invites scrutiny, not blind faith. And Prabhupada is our Senapati Bhakta. Today you will all learn in that 14 evidences for Prabhupada appearance. So faith in ISKCON is not just blind faith. In every devotee or every leader, it means informed faith in his mission, Siddhanta, structure. So we have to certainly keep our eyes wide open and watch who is properly following, who is not following, who is worthy of following. And you can ask questions. You are free to ask questions. Yeah, Shri Prabhupada ki, Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki. So I went a little longer, I'm sorry. Where is Amaya Madhusudan Prabhu? Is he here? Amaya Madhusudan Prabhu? You want to Aram about Leelamrit?
Hare Krishna. So just now we heard about how it is gone. So we wanted to know where to increase our faith on Srila Prabhupada. So Prabhuji has personally collected donations.